And we're back at it again. First caffeine. Hi kids, welcome back to another pizza party. I'm Mrs. Pizza. This is Weenie. I hope you can see her. I can't tell. She's gotten very comfy and I'm not lifting her up, but she's heavy. We're not here to body shame her. Today we are actually here to talk about something I did, which is probably not the best thing to do, but this is a judge-free space and you know, we're friends here and you're not here to judge me. I'm not here to judge you. So that would be purchasing books right before Christmas and my birthday. My birthday is less than a week before Christmas, so the end of December is kind of a time where I receive things, and instead of waiting to see what books that people were going to give me for, you know, the holidays, the nativity of my birth and the nativity of the other nativities, that's just nonsense. I have no idea what that even means. But instead of waiting like a normal person would, I bought books because I love myself. We got our coffee. Not really usually a Starbucks girl, but this got espresso in it, and I'm gonna be in rare form. Let's talk about it. The first book that we're gonna talk about, well, the first two books we're gonna talk about are The Witcher, The Last Wish, and The Witcher, Sword of Destiny. I don't know if these are actually a Barnes & Noble only thing or if these are just the newest, just me already knowing absolutely nothing. But these are the new illustrated editions. I actually played The Witcher 3, I think is the video game that I played, and I watched the first season of The Witcher with Henry Cavill. Yes. I've been super interested in this series for a while, and I saw these new beautiful editions and could not help myself, because if we know anything about me, it's that I love a damn illustration. So these books, not only do they have absolutely gorgeous covers, but they have quotes on the hardcovers themselves. This one says, "People like to invent monsters and monstrosities, then they seem less monstrous themselves. Geralt of Rivia." But these also have illustrations within the book as well. I'm just gonna fly right through these bad boys. Now that I'm looking for an illustration, I literally can't find a single one. Maybe they lied. Maybe there's not a single illustration in this book. There we go. I don't know why it took me so long to pick up this series, but the fact that they had these new beautimous copies. Oh, no, let's not bend that. I mean, I think this one's my favorite. That's got to be Yennefer on the cover. These are the stories of Geralt of Rivia. He is a witcher, and his beloved ward Ciri, and his ally and true love, the powerful sorceress Yennefer. That's how the synopsis starts off. I don't even know how many books are in this series. I think these are the only two that have been released so far with these covers. I know all of the books are out and everything, or I assume they are. I assume a lot, and I'm not gonna check. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Ooh, found an illustration. That one's pretty. Really, I'm just excited about these. They're gorgeous. I love them. And I'm gonna start the Witcher series. Why not? I'm already in the middle of 5,000 series. So why not? Just pick up and just start collecting and reading another series. Why not? The next book we are going to talk about is The Blood Trials. This is by N.E. Davenport. I really don't know that much about this book. I saw it was getting a lot of praise. I know it's sci-fi and fantasy. Yes, this is a blending of fantasy and science fiction. Starts off the synopsis by saying it's all about blood. All I know about this is that it is the granddaughter of some sort of powerful man within the government of wherever they live. The grandfather passes away, and he trained her in secret for something important. She believes that her grandfather was assassinated. She's hell-bent on revenge. So she infiltrates something. I don't know. There's some blood trials. This is part of the Blood Gift duology. So there's gonna be 2 books in this series. I don't know if the second one is out or not, but I got this one. She's a beaut, right? Oh, that's a pretty color. I'm back on my sci-fi fantasy nonsense is what's happening. I go to the bookstore and I'm like just stalking the sci-fi fantasy section. The next book I actually got this one off of Pango Books, so this is a used copy, but this one is Winter's Orbit. This is by Everina Maxwell. I know this story is about two princes? At least one prince. Okay, Prince Cam, a famously disappointed minor royal and the emperor's last favorite grandchild, has been called upon to be useful for once. He's been commanded to fulfill an obligation of marriage to the representative of the empire's newest and most rebellious vassal planet. His future husband, Count Janin, as if nothing, I am going to mispronounce everything, is a widower and a murder suspect. So this one is sci-fi, but also romance. I'm assuming that there is going to be lots of tension. It says it's a captivating love story. I have recently caught up in the other sci-fi romance series that I was reading, and this one sounded like it was going to be a little bit more heavier on the sci-fi, but still have a really, really good romance through line, you know? I don't know. Let's be honest. Let's be honest here, friends. It says it's a legendary love story, but look at this cover. Look at that. That's why I bought it. That's why I bought it. The next book I actually also got on Pango Books, and this was my attempt at, how should I even put this? Over the past couple of years, and I had kind of gotten out of it and I'm trying to get back into it, would try and read a classic or a backlist book every month, basically being something that I should have read by now, but I've just never. My dog is literally chewing on her foot right now on top of it. That was really juicy. Or does it just taste good? Okay, just train of thought completely gone. That one brain cell I was holding onto has left the building. Okay, so I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by foot chewing nonsense, I used to try and once a month read a book that was what I would consider like a classic or a modern classic or something that I just should have read by now that was a little bit older. Whether that be something that's considered classic fantasy, classic sci-fi, or like something in the realm of like classic literature that, you know, that stuff they made you read in like middle school and high school that you had no business reading when you were at that age level. And you didn't really enjoy until you go back and read it as an adult. I read several books like throughout middle school and high school that literally retained no knowledge of. And when I picked them back up many years later as an adult and read them, I thoroughly enjoyed them. So I have decided to try and pick this habit back up again and try and throw at least one book in the mix every month that would be considered either a classic or of some kind. So how I'm gonna put it. I am the one that comes up with these rules, so if you don't consider it a classic, it's too bad, because I'm in charge. All that to say, I picked up the Miss of Avalon. This one is by Marion Zimmer Bradley. I don't know much about this other than it is a Arthurian retelling, I believe. A magical saga of the women behind King Arthur's throne. So this is more of a focus on the women of the story of King Arthur. I'm assuming it's a lot of the magical women as well. What was it? I know his son's name was Mordred. What was his sister's name that he had his son with? It's gone. It's probably in here somewhere. She's a floppy chunk. This is an older book, so it's got that like, smells like an older book. The words on the pages, tiny. Like, I'm gonna need magnifying glasses. Ooh, and she's a big girl. How many pages? 876. She's an undertaking. But I'm excited about this. This is one of those ones where I feel like I should have picked it up as a fantasy reader by now. I haven't ever read anything. I don't think that isn't King Arthur and the Round Table situation. I'm gonna remedy that. Right here. The next book I picked up, which I realized after I got out of the store was on the buy one, get one half off table, and I didn't get another one, so I didn't get the deal. And it's still got the sticker on there. But that is Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. I have started the Malice series, which was this author's first series. I have read Malice. I have started Valor. I liked it. I don't know why I didn't keep going. And I have the third one, but I can't remember right now. So of course, because I've started that and not continued, I should just completely start another series by the same author, right? Sure, why not? This is a Norse-inspired epic. I know that the first two books in this series are already out, but I don't know how many books are planned. This is a multi-POV story. When the gods fought, it was a battle so savage they destroyed themselves, leaving nothing but their bones and the broken land of Vigard, one of those, in their wake. Now, as whispers of war echo over the fjords and across the plains, fate follows in the footsteps of 3 warriors, a huntress on a perilous quest, a noblewoman pursuing battle fame, and a thrall seeking retribution among the mercenaries, known as the Bloodsworn. This cover, just look at it. I mean, it's perfection. Look at that teeny tiny person down there. That is a giant dragon. I'm into it, you know? I'm into it. It's another floppy girl, and she's not short either. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love some fantasy books. I love some thick babies. This last one, I actually have not heard anything about, but I picked it up because in the synopsis it said it was for people that enjoyed not only Circe, but The Bear and the Nightingale, which is something I just finished. And that is The Witch Nazar. This is by Olesya, Salnikova, Gilmore. Tell me that just wouldn't catch your eye immediately. Basically, this is a stunning debut novel. The maligned and immortal witch of legend, known as Baba Yaga, will risk all to save her country and her people from Tsar Ivan the Terrible and the dangerous gods who seek to drive the twisted hearts of men. This sounds like we have Baba Yaga, who is probably portrayed as a villainous witch who actually is the only one that can save the day. I'm here for it. I literally opened this one and read the first page in the bookstore and I was hooked. I was like, yeah, I'm in. I'm totally into this. I'm loving me some Russian folklore. I also feel like this is going to be perfect going into January because it's still going to be freaking freezing where I live. And this has got a bunch of blurbs on the back from people I've never heard of, but they seem to really like it. A rich and vapid tapestry of old Russia with a poignant exploration of what it means to be both human and immortal. I mean, boom. Who wrote that? Margaret George. I love that. I think I'm still on my like Russian fairy tale adjacent kick. But that, my friends, a super fast and super shameful amount of books that I purchased right before I got a bunch of books. You know, I don't feel judged here because I wouldn't judge you. Let's put all these bad boys together and look at it. There's a lot of blue going on. I've noticed for some reason that it's like whenever I buy books, I tend to have a color theme that is totally not intentional. Look at that. These are some thick boys. I love it. But that, kids, is going to be the end of this pizza party. Winnie left a while ago. She's not feeling the amount of caffeination I have in my system, and she needed a break from me. But I am very excited to dive into some of these and get back on my fantasy nonsense in the new year. Maybe I'll pick some of these up even before Christmas. I have no self-control. But I hope you're having fun reading wherever you are, and I'll see you next time.